because I learned a really valuable lesson from my dad's experience. I learned that someday is not a day on the calendar. And I knew that if I wanted to live my dreams, I needed to fix that. So I took a look at my list, and then regardless of the cost or the time or whatever other excuse I had, I started picking actual days in the next couple of weeks or months and putting those things down on my actual calendar as goals to try to see if I could figure them out, to create some accountability. And just from that one small step, surprisingly, all of my dreams still didn't come true. I know, I was surprised too. In fact, I only managed to accomplish one of those things over the next few months. I did manage to find a couple of roommates and move to the beach. Wasn't a total success though, because those roommates, they only lasted about a year. But that first step created a ripple effect, because I'd already made it to the beach. So I just got new and even better roommates. Roommates who inspired me to promptly max out my first ever credit card to start my graphic t-shirt company. Which, although it was a lot of fun, also wasn't a total success because that too only lasted about a year. It turns out you're supposed to sell more shirts than you give away to your friends. Business tip. But it also turns out people really like free t-shirts, so I made a lot of friends. Friends who I was able to recruit to go skydiving, which was a total success, unless you count the part about our skydiving instructors looking like they were praying on the way up. That had not been in the brochure. Fortunately, I stayed calm and collected and decided that jumping out still seemed like a pretty good idea. And I'm glad that I did, because although the ride up was a bit sketchy, the ride down was incredible. Now, I know those all don't sound like life-changing, world-changing goals, but they mattered because they were teaching me that by taking action, even when times were hard, and trying new and scary things, that the actions were more important than the expected outcomes. Because even the things that went wrong or the things that didn't go as planned still had value. And that was teaching me that my failures weren't that big a deal, and that was giving me the confidence to keep taking action toward my goals and dreams. So over the next few years, as I continued my studies on behavioral science, or as it's more commonly known, waited tables and bartended, I just kept trying to find more ways to put more of my some days on the calendar.